I will always love you.
Wow.
And he said, I will always love Jews. But that would have been political off the bat. But not why would that have been political? I don't know. But we are back, baby. It's KETS, you and
me.
Why wasn't that the theme song? We had Karen Zoid fucking around on a guitar. Then we paid my impoverished sister to record a mixtape or whatever it is. But din, din, din. Is that how it goes?
What?
The intro goes something like that.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's episode 50.
I know. We have 12-year-olds in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia editing this podcast. So we don't know what the intro is, biatches. We pay them a good wage.
I wish someone else edited the podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
It's grueling.
But don't we like our magicians? What's a female magician?
It just happens. It's also a magician.
Oh, that's what you said. Just another unemployed person. That's true. But we've got another fantastic show. We have had a busy week at KETS. We've been at Okia. We've got Evan Roos, his podcast episode.
I'm so excited for that.
Comes out on Thursday. And if you don't know who that is, there's no hope for you because you clearly know nothing.
Boca.
Yeah, he's a Springbok. Come on. But, so we've got that Okia video that's currently out now.
Yes, you guys
mean the world to us if you went and watched it. And I think it would make you chuckle. It's also pretty wholesome. Sometimes those street interviews aren't wholesome. But we
did make it wholesome, yeah.
I don't know if it was us making it wholesome. There were some very awkward moments.
It was. Yeah, I don't like this question.
It's like, hey, what's it like being a MILF? She's like, next question. I'm like, fair play, MILFie.
Yeah, fair enough.
Play. You keep your secrets. And I'll keep mine. But if you need your pool cleaned, I got the chlorine. Probably has a salt pool if we're being honest. But Chloe, we got to get into the show. And that always starts with a weekend update. How was your weekend?
It was great. Okay. A really solid weekend. We currently, I'm in the process of moving out, which is very exciting. Moving in here into the studio. It's not big, but it'll do.
That's what I've heard many times in my life. Oh, yeah. Many times in my life.
But
it's about effort and size. Yeah. But mainly effort and...
Yeah. It'll do, like I said. But no, yeah, that's been very exciting. We're currently in a battle with Takealot. They advertise, 5 to 7 days.
Take a lot of fucking time. Where is this package?
And then it's like, so we ordered on, I think it was like the 2nd of September. And it's like, yeah, no, you'll probably get it on the 16th. How can it take 2 weeks?
I'd rather...
Also, guys, we're without a microwave. There's no kettle. There's no toaster.
There's not. My roommate had everything. I didn't know how rich he was until he left. He took everything. I was like,
yeah.
What are you doing with the drying rack? He's like, oh, it's mine. I was like,
Sam's washing his
hold on to toilet paper.
He's washing currently in the washing machine because there's no way we can hang it up.
I know the washing machine is just.
It's depressing, but
take
also
a lot.
exciting.
Like, get your shit together. Honestly, like, what the fuck? The whole point is to speed it up from normal shopping. Now it takes too long. I don't know. I feel oppressed in some way.
Okay, sure. Maybe it's also because you have to, you're held hostage in your house for the whole day because it's like, it'll arrive sometime between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. You're like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
now
that's when I'm at work. What is going on here? I can't be at the house.
I just have to stay in these 4 walls.
I'm trapped.
But no, it's very exciting. We also, our relationship has been tested as we've been fighting over air fryers.
I didn't know how boring my life had become until I'd become so heavily interested in air fryers. I can tell you about the Philips XL. I can tell you about the Philips XXL. What I can tell you for complete certainty is Philips runs the air fryer game.
Oh, yeah.
Philips is the Michael Jordan of air fryers. So if you got anything else, it's probably a garbage rat and you should throw it away.
Yeah. Philips is it. Well, we hope so, because that's one we ordered.
No, it is. I've watched enough videos on YouTube. Hey guys, welcome back to my air fryer review. This again. Maybe what people feel like with us. Who knows? You never know.
I know. It's sort of like sad where that's the sort of thing that you're getting excited about. But Sam, no, he wanted to get the XXL. And I said, Sammy, size doesn't matter. Come on, let's go with the XL.
Yeah. Again, effort ratio. What are you giving yourself a massage down there? All I can hear
Samuel.
is no, not a weird one. Just rubbing your knees. All I can hear is, I'm telling you, I've got autism or ADHD or maybe a bit of both because I can't. You need, right there is a depiction of it because it's something's going on where I can't focus on anything.
I think he could have ADHD. Like whenever we go to a restaurant, we have to situate Sam so that he can't see people like walking by. He has to be facing a wall. Otherwise, if I'm talking to him, he's just like.
So you can only imagine how TikTok runs my life. But that's why I read a book in the evening and fucking hell, TikTok has messed up my reading capacity. I read like 2 pages, like boring, but I was ready to go to sleep. So if you're struggling to sleep, read.
I've always said that reading will put you to sleep. You get like 2-3 pages in, those eyelids start drooping,
real heavy,
and you're ready for a dose.
A dose, Jesus. Chloe changes her whole vocabulary for the show. She's lekker dose.
Lekker dose.
Jeepers.
We gotta appear authentically South African. You know what I mean?
That's what I also hate. People feel like that's South African. Pride Day. That's Heritage Day. What? That's weird. But anyway, my weekend, thanks for asking, was fantastic. I love a weekend filled with sports. That is South African heritage. Saturday isn't for the boys. Saturday is for sport.
And the boys.
Girls can come too, as long as they make the salad and stay in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah,
Obviously not. They can watch on the floor. No, that's what I try to say. Saturdays are not for the boys. Saturdays are for sports. Everyone enjoys sports. It's a wonderful occasion. There's no need for misogynistic tropes, Chloe, trying to get them out of me. But then we also went to the table at De May it's closer to Paarl than it is to Stellenbosch, but it is a cunnilingus. It is a culinary miracle. That place, it's just, sometimes when you go for like fine dining, the food's like you're trying to work out what it is, and you have to pretend it's nice, and then it's very small, and you're hungry. Big Macs on the way home, that sort of stuff. This is like hearty meals, but good, done in the most delicious way. So we love it. It's got like a 3.5 month waiting list. It's ridiculous. And
it's a book now. Maybe you'll get in next year.
Stop podcasting 2 years ago and maybe you'll get a seat at the table. But no, it was fantastic. So we had a good time. And then I've also started BeRealing. The new app, BeReal. I never referred to like that. It's fantastic. It's the irony of BeReal is it makes everyone go on their phones at a certain time, but we're already on our phones, and I like it. It's a nice way to keep in touch with friends. One of my actuarial scientists, we know it's an actuary, they suggested that I get on it to stay in touch. Yeah. And oh boy, it was a good move. So I wouldn't suggest making it about like lots of people. Just get the sort of 10 to 15 people that you really love on it, and then stay up to date with them.
No, yeah. But I also feel like part of BeReal, like, because I think that they should change it where you can only take your BeReal within that 2-minute window, because otherwise you can just wait for a cool part in your day and just post a late BeReal. And then is it really being real? Oh, no, but I think people do kind of, it's also like, I don't want a phone to dictate, like, if I'm doing something, I'm like, excuse me, haha. BeReal. Thanks for the meeting, Nando's. We'll see you. Our marketing team will chat to yours. Like they'll be like, these people are fucking insane. Yeah. So it's like any social media app. It all starts off as authentic, except for Facebook. Facebook was a way to rate campus hotties. But social media is always like, we're bringing people together. We're doing this. We're doing that. And now we're doing the news because it is about time that this show gets her going. Chloe, I wanted to chat about the wind. You did. Because the wind is genuinely the only form of weather that pisses me off. I get angry. I don't know if it's my hair, the ADHD, whatever it is. It puts me in a bad mood. I feel like that's a shared sentiment, especially amongst Cape Townians. We just hate the wind. I think it quite literally gets under your skin. Well, it's not a thing, or it's not a big thing in other parts of South Africa. I mean, because we have the ocean. That's we have the ocean. Well, that checks out. Listen, guys, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm a geographer. And I've never heard anyone boast about that. I'm a geographer. Oof. All right, next.
Okay, Mrs. Geography. So
but the anabatic, canabatic winds, catabatic, and the mountains and the sea. It's a perfect spell.
You're not
a windy
not
city,
only,
baby.
Not only are you a geographer, you're a unconfident one. Yeah,
I'm a fraud.
Catabatic, anabatic. You know, if you say those sort of words, you got to say them with a certain
Anabatic
feeling.
yeah.
Je ne sais quoi. I don't even think. You see,
Fair.
I didn't say that. But you can't just giggle.
I didn't expect that my weather forecast was going to come in the form of an Oranjezicht market broadcast message in the middle of me drinking my smoothie.
Yeah. How dangerous are the weather conditions? Oranjezicht farmers market is closing.
Yeah.
Ah!
It must be bad.
I heard 3 strangers talking about it. So like that's like, how bad is it? So if we go back into COVID or there's a new disease coming for us, just watch the market. What's the market doing? If the OJ market closes, we're in trouble.
It's true.
It's real true.
It's
but
true.
There were lots of wind warnings, and I think there should be wind warnings every day. Like, they can't tell me it's going to be something knots. What does that mean? I've never understood it. Knots. It should just be like on a ratio of how badly the wind might alter your day.
Okay, so what's the scale again?
Like, breeze would be thumbs up for the wind.
Okay.
A breeze is nice. Everyone enjoys a breeze.
Yeah.
I think we can get behind a breeze.
Yeah.
Wind that's going to close my car door, thumbs down. So you know it's going to influence your day.
Okay, but annoying but not dangerous. The Oranjezicht market is
Depends
still
if you
open.
get your fingers in there. Yeah.
True.
And then the
True.
Oranjezicht markets, if they just have a no entry sign through that, that's when you know you should batten down the hatches, get in the earphones and weep yourself to sleep. I've never lived in a place where the wind keeps you awake. And Cape Town, the wind keeps us awake.
Yeah, but especially in town. Again, mountain, sea. That's where
There
it's
you
at.
go.
Yeah.
And now, if you thought this podcast wasn't you and you just wanted random elements of the earth shouted at you, you've come to the right place. Sea, mountain, sky.
Earth, wind, fire, water.
The last airbender. And then there's, of course, gale force, which isn't Gale being overly aggressive. It is, of course. It's, what is it? What is gale force? I teed it up, but then I realized I don't know what gale force means. What constitutes gale force?
Fun, yeah. I think it's sort of like a tropical storm sort of wind. So it's 45 to 90 kilometers an hour.
How many knots is that?
Girl, I have no idea. I don't speak in knots. The Oranjezicht market's definitely closed.
But the word gale, and this is where my English degree comes in. Okay. The word gale is said to have originated from Old Norse galen, which means mad, frantic, or bewitched, which is fucking perfect because that's exactly how I feel, because it's unplayable.
It's true.
PE. Actually, we forgot about PE. PEZ is also fucking windy.
Really? I've only been there once, so I wouldn't know.
Sea.
No mountains.
No. No. But yeah,
flat.
the wind has been terrible in Cape Town, so...
Yeah, but also Cape Townians love to complain about the wind.
No.
I feel like it's such a big part of our personality trait.
No,
We're
it's fair.
It's so windy.
I'm actually fed up of people telling me what I can and can't complain about. I'll complain about whatever the fuck I want, thank you. No, and the wind is as such. It is devastatingly poor. And send your thoughts and prayers because we are busy dealing with it right now. Who's phoning us?
Emily.
The intern. She's probably locked outside. She is a new intern. I don't know. We have protocols where we put our phone on silent.
Oh, it is on silent. It's on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, there we go. We are recording. Shut up.
Shame.
No, I'm going to treat her like an intern. She's apologizing profusely. If she doesn't come with coffees, she's fired.
All right. But yeah, we've complained enough about the wind, I think. What I have seen...
Now we can start complaining about interns. Interning is such a scam, eh?
You literally cannot... you cannot complain about an intern because most of the time you don't pay them. So I feel like you can't complain about someone you don't pay. You know?
No, I'm saying interning is a scam. I don't know who invented it. It was a damn genius. So I need someone to basically work for me. Slavery is out. How about this new term? Internet is cool. What about intern? In turn, you won't get paid, but we'll pretend to upskill you and give you a better life. But it's just it's daylight robbery. So if you're an intern, you're probably not listening to this podcast because you're carrying 12 coffees from Vida and have been shouted at several times today. But hang in there, you'll be a lawyer soon.
Intern, you won't get paid. That's brilliant. That was pretty good.
Speaking of things that ain't brilliant, there have been new driver licenses proposed by the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, you know, that guy. And so it's not for everyone. You obviously have to have your driver's licenses. They're not just handing out driver's licenses.
Hey, do you want a driver's license?
Yeah. With
Screw K53.
Outsurance and KFM just handing out driver's licenses on the side of the road. But no. It's a new design, new technologies, and I think this is quite funny because I must still renew my driver's license. I am part of 1.2 million South Africans that have not renewed their driver's license.
And are driving illegally.
Is it illegal driving?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, well, this is all, remember, this is a comedy show. We say things that aren't true.
Don't come for me. Yeah. Allegedly, it's expired. Yeah.
We know Fikile likes and subscribes to KETS, so.
It's just that like standard thing is like, we understand that COVID has been hard, you know. Although in the last year, you've definitely been able to go and get your...
Not me. I've still been recovering mentally from the vid. No. So that was the whole excuse, hey? Because of COVID, like, it got pushed back. Yeah. Okay.
There's a big backlog. So
I've got the same approach with my taxes, COVID.
I don't think SARS does. No. But what I did see about this new driver's license card is that it's proposed it's going to have a 10-year validity instead of a 5, which I think is, I mean, that's like massive.
That is massive.
Because it's such a pain to get it renewed.
Why do you have to renew it? I get the eye test. I think past a certain age, you must go get your eyes tested, obviously. But what's going on there? You know, why are we constantly coming back? It's like TV licenses in South Africa.
Although it's like for real embarrassing, like if you don't wear glasses, you know your eyesight's all right, and then you fail. They're like, you want to try again? You want to try?
You sure? You got this last time. Yeah. No, any public sort of space in South Africa or government space in South Africa is just so depressing and will ruin your day.
I've been at the driver's license center and someone comes in, like I was getting my photo taken. You obviously sign out forms or whatever once you've gotten it. And this guy comes in with his son and he brings in a plastic bag, sort of gives it to the guy I'm sitting with. They like exchange secretive words and then they leave. And I'm like, did I just witness someone bribing for...
No, wasn't that they're just giving someone to wait in line for them? Or were they speaking to...
I don't know. It's some form of like, it was like really dodge. I was also like, how brazen that you're doing it.
I believe it's pronounced brazzers, but anyway. And sure, I think you should go into espionage because you don't miss a beat. You're like, there's something going on here.
All right. Something not right
There's
here.
Something not right here. But the traffic cops seem to be everywhere. I have a real fear of them. I think part of living in South Africa is that you're so terrified of the police. Like when they arrive, they actually escalate the situation. Even if you're innocent, you feel very guilty. It's it's how I feel.
It's like when you're at the airport. And you're like, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah. But all of a sudden, I'm shaking, I'm sweating.
You're shaking. You go through the machine. Oh, God, they're going to find my AK-47. You're like, I've never held a gun in my life. Yeah. Why? Oh, I smoked weed back in grade 11.
Yeah, they know.
Maybe they have a new machine.
So those dogs circling, you're like, hey, yes.
No, those dogs must piss off. They have no right.
No, but it was a very
sniffing
cute.
My crotch. What's up with dogs and sniffing crotches? If men just went up and did that to people... There'd be a whole story about that.
Good thing we're not dogs.
Dogs are trash.
Cancel dogs. But I've heard of a new technique. I think I've tried it myself once when Sam was with me. You pull yourself over when you see a cop there.
No, that's Chloe what she does. She tries, and you had something wrong with it. You didn't have your license on you or something.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
And you self-pulled and the cop was literally annoyed. He was like, get away. And Chloe was like, already, take me away. I'm a sinner. And I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I hadn't put my new license disc in my car. Yeah. So then they were like, there should be a 500 Rand fine. But since you pulled yourself over.
Show us your titties and get out of here. Scram.
Imagine. I would. Honestly.
No, come on, Chloe.
What is it? You know, you would tan topless on like Clifton anyway.
But it's transactional. There's no transaction
Everything is transactional.
Oh, when you tan in on Clifton, the sun's not beating down. You're like, yeah, damn boobies. I'm getting something out of this. No, you're there for yourself. The cop now, walk in with these donuts around his boner. That's something else.
Ew.
I don't know where these images come from. This is where I think there's something not all that right with me. But we must move on. So if you haven't...
We must stay focused, brothers.
We must... 10 push-ups, brothers.
I wanted to ask, when was the last time you got pulled over?
Maybe last year, driving up Cliff Street, coming home.
Really?
They just pulled me over. They breathalyzed me. Passed.
Really?
Straight to the trunk. Left in the trunk time. No, yeah. The breathalyzer is scary because you've heard all these stories about like hot cross buns, and if you've had like a certain drink, not an alcoholic drink, but some like presents.
Kombucha.
Is it?
Yeah, kombucha's got alcohol.
Good. That's how we get the vegans back for being so good looking.
Can I tell you something funny?
I mean, that is possibly the whole point of the show.
So I didn't tell you this yesterday, and you didn't notice. But this is so funny. So Sam and I were driving together to the gym, but we were both coming from the same place. So he's right behind me. And we're meant to be turning right, but there's this policeman in front of us, and he stopped. Do you remember that happening?
Yes.
This policeman stopped, and we're like, why can't we get around? Like, and he has stopped to pull me over because I'm busy talking on the phone. Like I have it under my ear like this and I'm driving. So he goes, "You phone." And I'm thinking, Sam has seen this and I'm going to be like, he's going to be upset with me. Then we arrive at the gym and Sam's like, "Oh, cool, we're here at the gym." And I was like, okay, you didn't see.
I thought, you see, this is how much the lack of faith I have in South Africa. Well, the government services sometimes. I thought the policeman had stopped because something was wrong with his car. And he needed a phone. Because I saw him go like this and point at you. But it wasn't like, come on, dude, you're a policeman. You can arrest us. I've had tons of people I know who get their phones taken away. You should have had your phone taken away.
But you see...
Why are you on your phone?
I had it under my ear.
No, you already drive like
I know. No,
that should be the last time. Cancel, Chloe.
No, fair.
It's so stupid. I'm actually irritated now. I don't know how I'm going to be funny now for the rest of the show. That's so stupid, Chloe.
I know.
You can pay me 500 Rand as a fine.
Okay.
Don't be on your... Come on, guys. Like, we're so addicted to our phones.
I know. It's terrible.
No, you shut the fuck up. You are like a prisoner. Oh, murder's terrible. Don't do it, kids. After murdering someone. No, I'm very disappointed in you. And your whole car is hands-free and everything, isn't it?
It's not.
Oh, well.
That's why I'm forced to.
No, you're not forced to. You shouldn't be on your phone. There's enough people who die in car crashes and stuff.
Fair.
Yeah, no. I'm not even joking anymore. I'm genuinely disappointed in you.
Fair.
Wow, I don't know how we're gonna bring it back from here. Steady trying to find my motive.
Do you know what always brings back faith in South Africa?
Let's hear it.
The Bokke.
The Springboks. That's
the Springbok.
I can forget Chloe's crimes against humanity briefly. And why didn't the policeman take it? Why didn't he do anything? Women. Oh no, I was about to say women in South Africa have it easy. That's objectively not true. They have a very tough time. But I was about to say girls or like pretty women. You don't understand pretty girl.
Sorry.
You were like, you get back in the car. You hooted at him, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I hooted at him. I was like, dude, get your own phone. You should have been arrested. No, you shouldn't have been arrested. You should have had your phone taken away and a fine. I'm so angry about this. And speaking of angry people, Ibn Etzebeth might be the angriest man alive. I have never seen such anger in a person's eyes, hatred in one person's heart. It's like asking your dad, "Hey dad, why did mom leave?" And then now he's got his arms around you and you're getting quite close to the fireplace.
Picks this dude up by his collar.
He didn't pick him up. The guy probably weighed 120 kilograms.
They had to create his own dumbbells for him. Come on, he can pick him up.
An Australian prop. He's a tough boy to get off the ground. But that was truly terrifying.
Yeah.
It was so terrifying I didn't like it.
No. I almost thought it was maybe also like a little bit embarrassing.
Yes, it was. It was because the fights are always so much fun. And then he was like screaming, "I'm the man, you're nothing." And I was like, "Hey, Eben, we know that's on your mirror at home, your daily affirmations. Yes, queen, but like, calm down over here."
Yeah.
It was a bit much.
Yeah. No, it was a bit much. And like, I think it's okay. Like, obviously there's a lot of emotions involved in rugby games, and sometimes you'll see people get quite heated, but when it reaches that level, and especially when it's on a national level, like you're representing your country, I don't know.
No, I like the fighting. I just think the way he looked was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was like a new level. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of niggle during that whole match.
Yeah.
And it was like, classic Australian convict mentality. Wada. But it was, I don't know, it just made us uncomfortable. But, and then, what's his name? Alan Alatoa.
Yeah.
I think that's the Australian front row's name. And then he came over after the game and like gave Eben a beer. And I'm like, I'm not about that. I get how that's nice because of like sportsmanship and that. But I also think like if it's going to be entertainment, which rugby isn't, and like stuff like the UFC and sort of cage fighting is, and more like the sort of WWE entertainment, I'm like, commit to the character. Like if you're going to be a villain, be the biggest villain in the world. That's why I kind of like Nick White, despite him being a 2 out of 10 person. Like you can see he's probably off the field, actually very nice, but he commits to this villain role when he plays. And again, for more traditional games like rugby, I don't know if there's space for it, but I certainly like it in like the sort of UFC spaces where they commit to entertainment and are also high level athletes, opposed to being like, oh, now I need to be a person. But so basically you can't be a person if you're a sportsman.
But also I don't know how genuine that was, because there's like a 4K camera following him as he gets the spear out the fridge.
No, it's a pretty sort of common sporting mentality. Like what happens on the pitch is different. And yeah, the Australians are notorious for that, being like very hard to compete against, lots of niggle, lots of chat, horrible. And as soon as you're off the pitch, the nicest people ever. Yeah. You know, R.I.P. Shane Warne. I think he was one of the best at that.
Really?
Yes. But what is also cool about the Springboks is that everyone knows who they are. So we're going to play a round of smash or pass. And because this show is bisexual, I don't know, because this show is just, you know, what it is, we're both going to say whether we'll smash or pass. So it's pretty simple. Call out a name. Will you smash or pass on that Springbok? Okay. So Chloë, Eben Etzebeth, smash or pass?
Smash.
He's a big boy. Oh boy. Okay. Yep.
No, fair. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Can I ask you next? Quagga.
Quagga what? Smash or pass, Chloë?
Quagga Smith.
We know we're going to clip this and go viral on the internet. Again.
Quagga Smith.
Smash or pass?
Okay. I got it.
Oh, this is something else here.
Quagga Smith. Smash or pass?
Quagga Smith, smash or pass?
Fair. What's your answer?
Ask me one more time. I haven't thought about it of this train wreck of a show.
Quagga Smith, smash or pass?
Pass. It's nothing rude. Yeah, there's just something going on with that nose. He's a brilliant rugby player and a great person apparently, but pass. Respectfully. Bussin'. Not bussin'. Respectfully, passin'. Jesse Creel, smash or pass?
Smash.
That guy has got muscles.
Yeah.
That'd be a veiny schlong.
Gross.
Just looking at the rest of his body.
Okay, fair. Frans Malherbe, smash or pass?
Why are you giving me all the uggos? It's a big...
Hey.
Actually, no, he probably... Smash. He probably's got big farmland. He's one of the best Springboks. One of the best front rows ever, certainly. So I'm a smash that. Yeah. It's not great, but I'm going to do it. Sia Khaleesi, smash or pass?
Smash, obviously.
Respectfully.
But also respectfully, no, because we love Rachel.
I don't. I'm not mad about her. I don't know why she's become famous. It's like, I wish I could do that.
What?
Just become famous.
I wish I could become Sia's wife.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah. Another,
Okay. I'll do this one.
I'd smash him as well, just for the record. In case anyone wanted to know.
Fair. Okay. Pimpy, smash or pass.
Smash, and that'd be a quick smash and dash because he's so fast. And ultimately I think I get my feelings hurt because now he's off in Australia, Argentina, New Zealand. But it'd be worth it. It would be worth our one night together.
Wow.
So that's the Springbok smash or pass. It took us a while to get there. Took us a while to ask the questions.
But
now you've got the answers that you've wanted to know. I find it so funny, the comments to these smash and pass videos. They was like, you're fucking ugly. No. And you're like, thanks.
Imagine your picture. I mean, I know we're treating these people like they don't really exist, but
True.
Imagine your picture comes up in smash or pass.
Smash. Smash a million times. I've already smashed myself a million times, so don't know what you're talking about.
Like, it would just be so awful.
Yeah.
So apologies.
I always forget that both sets of our parents listen to this podcast. Back after this commercial break.
We're talking about smashing. Smashing.
Yeah, another PC talking point coming up now.
Yeah. I saw that the biggest scarcity of drugs in South Africa is actually birth control. How scary is that?
Yeah, we got, plenty of tick. Need some birth control?
No.
Fresh out.
No, they don't sell tick at pharmacies.
Have you watched Breaking Bad, Chloe? Well, no, that's not how Breaking Bad works either. Okay, yeah, so what? Birth control? There are not a lot of birth control drugs in South Africa.
Yeah.
Why? I thought,
I don't know. I think it's because of production and like import. There's all sorts of politics around that sort of stuff, but especially in clinics. And then the second most out of stock drug is antiretrovirals.
For HIV.
Like, how messed up is that?
Yeah, but here's some fucking Carenza C if you want it.
Yeah.
By the bucket. Anyone needs some slow mag? No. People need antiretrovirals and birth control. What the fuck? South Africa is, we're just a comical place.
I mean, I don't think that there's any excuse for that. And it's not like it's a new thing. This has been happening since, I think, like 2018. It's been an issue. And, people sort of say like, oh, we must do something about it.
Yep, and those kids in Limpopo are still waiting for their textbooks. They should be in matric. They're in grade 4. They're in grade 4. They still wait. I don't know why not more people talk about that. These books have never arrived. With this antiretrovirals and fucking pregnancy blockers. I couldn't remember what they were called, and I've got cramp blockers. My brother gave them to me for my birthday. Thanks, Rupert, for a shit present. And I'm working on my gratitude. It's a tough road. But yeah. No, that's why I said pregnancy blockers, because that's what they ultimately are.
It is, yeah. Have you seen...
Birth control be wild, though.
I know. Have you seen birth control from like medieval times?
I can't imagine it's good.
It's like made out of leather and stuff. So yeah.
I've got to attach my leather condom. Be like, ooh,
it's like a
sheepskin. Why is it leaking? No, that's disgusting. But birth control be wild. It's got mixed results because birth control does two things: makes women crazy, but then it also gives them big old titties. So. No, obviously.
Also prevents pregnancies.
Oh yeah, that's the third thing it does.
Birth control does two things, that's it.
No, I'm saying in terms of the side effects be wild. I say women go crazy in jest because, I mean, it just makes your hormones fucked up. Again, we've spoken about this before. If men had to deal with all the side effects that the pill and other contraceptives that women take every day have, it would never be approved.
Yeah.
As has been shown in sort of recent times. Yeah. So, no. There's no need for this.
Although it might happen, like, you never know. Like, we were also talking about the male contraceptive potentially being released. Then men are sort of changing their tune. They're like, it's so terrible that women have to take this, hey? How unfair. Oh, but you can take it too. No.
No, I like the unfairness. That's true. I always used to think that getting a vasectomy was literally getting your balls chopped off. But then that's being castrated. So different things and different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and a pretty big distinction. Hopefully your doctor would know the difference.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, you gotta check yourself. But there's also, the rhythm method.
The rhythm method?
Yeah.
Oh, within the cycle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's dodgy. And then also, Some people call it pull and pray. People pull out game strong. No, it's
probably shouldn't be doing that.
No, you shouldn't, especially if you're dating a jiu-jitsu practitioner and she got that leg lock, or she can pull guard. You have a child real soon.
I saw someone.
Khabib Nurmagomedov. Smash. What the fuck is this podcast?
I don't know.
It's wild.
I love it though.
It's educational. Above all, it's educational.
Yeah, you're getting like
nothing.
Some form of news.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well,
Probably
the news
not.
was that birth control is not readily stocked, and neither are antiretrovirals. So
it's bad that we have to go back and
go protest at a pharmacy near you.
Okay. Maybe,
all right.
Okay. Maybe a bit more. Well, actually, it's sort of national mixed with international.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inter-national.
Love it.
Thanks.
Biden has invited Cyril over to his house. He said, come off. Oh, no, he's American. I was going to say, come off some tea and biscuits. That's Boris. He's also out.
He's out of his house. I don't know where he's inviting people to.
But yeah, Biden has invited Cyril over to talk trade, food security. They're talking about everything. Climate change, health.
What reason do Ramaphosa and Biden have to meet? Like, just to compare their ages. What's going on? I haven't seen... It's just like, it's in your diary. And I guarantee you, Biden was like, do I have to see Cyril today? And then they were like, you have to, Joe. Here's your foodies. Here comes the airplane, Joe. It's like, where am I? Yeah. Not a bad impersonation of Biden in the White House, but big dog Cyril, whilst he's awesome, what are they going to talk about?
I know.
But it's like, yeah, we need more food. Cool. Okay. Anyway, but also, I think... I do think Cyril is the president of the African Union or something like that.
But you can say I do think Cyril's the president.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. So he's representative of Africa as a whole.
Interesting to see what they talk about with regards to Ukraine, Russia, because Cyril has publicly stated that NATO pushed Russia too far, which is obviously anti-America. So that'll be interesting. Again, I don't know I don't know how Sleepy Joe chops it up these days.
UFC title fight. Yeah. Ramaphosa v. Biden.
You just know if Trump and Ramaphosa were meeting, Trump would be like, we're going to nuke you. We're going to nuke you, Cyril. We're going to hit you with everything we got. And he would. Or Cyril will be like, yeah, my Ben has been training extra hard. We're going to send that motherfucker over to...
Please disappoint me again.
So, yeah. No, it's... imagine that, like... What is Cyril going to say? Hey, Biden, why them iPhones so expensive? and I'm like, yeah, look at the launch. I don't know where we're going.
The important questions.
But South African and American politics have intersected a few times. And when they have created the coldest, greatest photo in political history. And of course, that is Barack Obama greeting Jacob Zuma. And Jacob Zuma shakes his hand whilst seated and on the phone. No one gave less of a fuck ever than he fucked a lot. But no one gave less of a fuck than Jacob Zuma just about anything. He was a truly complex leader. Not a great person. But wow.
No.
Imagine giving that look. You're like...
Photos call.
In a pocket full of fucks. He's got a hole in that pocket.
He doesn't even stand up. He literally just stays seated. It's a wild photo.
It's a great photo.
I love it though.
It's one of my favorite. I want to get it tattooed on my back, just big and in color.
That sounds like a great idea.
It does sound like a great idea. Interesting, all the beeping, notably coming from Chloe's side. But I'm the one who gets shouted at after these things. Why was that on? Why was this? Why were you erect? No. She pretends to be an on-screen darling, but rest assured, when we get back or when the lights go off and the cameras cut out, it's a lot like Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. No. And I'm just here getting shat on. My word.
Okay. What I saw in the news recently, speaking of famous photos, is that, the Nirvana baby. That picture of the baby in the pool.
Yes,
and
the
he's
album photo,
and he's like swimming towards like a $1 bill, I think. I think it was for the album Nevermind.
Never mind this naked child.
I think this is the second time that he has tried to sue Nirvana for child pornography.
Holy shit.
And them using his like photo.
Is he completely naked? Is the baby completely?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
see the baby's dick?
Yes.
How big is it? Is it bigger than mine?
Samuel. Gross.
That is gross.
That is for real.
He's going to start suing us now.
Yeah.
Don't come for us, come for Nirvana.
Well, and a court sided with Nirvana. They say it's not child pornography, especially because he has filed this 10 years after he initially found out. Well, initially,
how did the photo get to Nirvana? Is this just on stock images? What?
Imagine. No, a family friend took a photo of him for $200. That's how much his parents made.
Oh, so there was a transaction for it and everything. Okay,
yes.
Well, then he's got nothing.
But imagine $200, and then Nirvana goes on to sell like tens of millions of copies.
But it's not it's not like you. It's not like me naked currently in a pool, and people are like, oh, that's reputational damage. Not reputational damage. People are like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean? It's like you're a baby. You look at it. Is that you? He's like, yeah. You're like, not convinced. So
yeah, exactly. I think it's more that he feels like he has missed out monetarily. He's literally got like Nirvana tattooed on him, and like,
oh, what a loser.
He's not afraid of that being him.
Yeah, he's just a loser. It sounds like it's methinks. But anyway, speaking of losers and winners, the UK Conservative Party has elected Lizz Truss as their new leader, which means she will take over office from Boris Johnson next week. Boris Johnson was last seen playing laser tag with his 14-year-old buddies, screaming racial slurs and cheating on his significant other. You know, that's literally what CNN sounds like sometimes.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it does.
But I don't know. The biggest loser apart from Rishi Sunak, who got zoomed in on. It was so funny. It was like I was watching it at gym, and you even lift, Liz? You even fucking lift, bro? And she wins. She goes up on stage, but they don't even like follow on stage. They just like zoom in on him, and he's doing the smiling through tears, clapping. Like you've just lost out a massive position. And you know who also would have been real upset?
Who?
Hillary Clinton, 100%.
Why couldn't it be me?
Literally.
All of a sudden, she now starts putting on a British accent.
Yeah. She would have been like, oh, I lost because I'm a woman. And now a woman wins. She's like, oh, I lost because I just suck. No, I have to contend with, our family shaping the world in negative ways. Yeah.
I do also think it makes a difference that they've had previous female prime ministers.
Yes.
Whereas like America's never had a female president.
That's true.
So I think...
that's a good point. That's a point well made.
Thank you very much.
Can you name the other two?
Margaret Thatcher.
And? The dancing lady from TikTok.
My money don't jiggle. I don't know. I can't remember.
What is it? I can't remember her name now either.
Was it Irma?
Irma Stern. Great artist.
No.
British.
But apparently
I'm looking at her and she's dancing. She was always dancing like a robot. Theresa May.
Yeah, of course. Silly me. But yeah, apparently...
No, I forgot as well. Don't worry about it.
But apparently Lizz Truss has sort of like positioned herself as, like Margaret Thatcher years on sort of thing.
I thought you were going to say Margot Robbie. I was like, this is interesting because she ain't look like Margot Robbie. She looks like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Why do they all have the same haircut?
I know. And it's just sex it up a bit. No, I know you're going to come in a weird way. I'm saying across gender lines, people should sex up politics a bit. Like Rishi should have had like just some chest hair and a gold chain coming out.
So basically look like you.
That's what I've done.
Sam has to take off his gold chains when he goes in the sauna.
Yeah, it burns you. I thought I was like a vampire. I was like, it literally burns you. But Lizz Truss, she's been described as a free market conservative. Don't know what that is. Former Remain, so she wanted England or Britain to remain in the EU, turned Brexiteer in chief. So like any good politician, she's got no morals or sort of ideological values. She just does whatever. Whatever's going.
Whatever's popular, really.
Whatever's popular.
Because I think Rishi was the favorite and everyone was like, he's going to win. And then she was like, actually, I changed my mind.
Our intern has also just arrived, coffee in hand. It's great to grow the KETS team. Send your CVs across with any skills. It doesn't take a lot. to make it on the KETS team, but we're growing, which is exciting. So you also had some more facts about Lizz Truss.
So she's actually, which I found interesting, she's been a member of parliament for 12 years, a cabinet minister for 8, and then she was foreign secretary for a very long time, obviously under Boris. So she's also the point of person for post-Brexit EU sort of conversation. So I think it does make sense that she was elected, especially in like a post-Brexit.
Yes. Well, of course, with anything, there are different opinions. Some people have criticized her social skills. One member of parliament has said Truss has a habit of standing much too close to people when talking to them. Some insiders at Politico spoke to her have described her as weird. So
it sounds like Biden. Wasn't he like patting like kids' heads or something?
Yeah, sniffing hair. So a lot of people, 1 in 7 people in Britain have also thought that she's going to be worse than Boris Johnson. So she's up against it.
I mean, trained by Boris, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Boris gave her a big position in his government. So I don't know. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Any political input there? Not on your first day. A shake of the head.
But
What's that? Wow. You really need to watch your turn. Okay, we will deal with this off camera.
I love this video of Rishi, and I think it was like in 2018, he visits this school and he says, they're talking about something, and if you clip it, he goes, "Oh, I love Coke." And then he goes, "I mean Coca-Cola, not cocaine."
These people are just shadows of themselves. But this leads us to a big question. People have sent in a few questions. They want us to deal with big philosophical ideas.
All right.
And someone sent in a question for the week. Hey guys, love the show. Long time listener, first time commenter. Can women be funny?
How long have they been watching the show? Excuse me?
Excuse me?
What do you mean, can women be funny? Am I not funny?
This is the question this person is posing.
Did you pose this question?
No, are you insane? I controversially believe that women can be funny. I said it. Controversially against the grain.
Favorite female comedian?
No, now you've put me on the spot.
Who is the funniest person?
You know the one with the mic and the jokes. She's great. I don't. No. I didn't. It's not looking good yet. I said women can be funny. I didn't necessarily. Well, I mean, of course they can. I didn't necessarily. I had a favorite female comedian. I think the stand-up world is dominated by male performers, just in general.
Sure.
So it's like asking me who my favorite female soccer player is. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure.
Maria Balotelli. So who's your favorite comedian?
I quite like Chelsea Pedretti.
Her name is Chelsea Peretti. Chelsea. Even the intern is just... Oh wow, Chelsea Pedretti. 9-9. Yeah, she is very funny. I
don't like Amy Schumer.
No. Amy Poehler. But again, I don't view Amy Poehler as like a stand-up comedian. I think she's a very funny person, actress. Tina Fey's very funny.
I don't think you have
Elsa Majimbo from TikTok, very funny. I just can't think of stand-up.
You don't have to stand up. You can be sitting down on a TV series. Or in this KETS studio.
Female comedians. I'm Googling it.
I already did.
Tiffany Haddish. Don't know. I've seen her in movies. Ali Wong. I've seen her on Netflix. Wanda Sykes. Whitney Cummings. I know her.
Yeah, she's funny.
Chelsea Peretti's here, not Chelsea Pedretti. Nikki Glazer's funny. Melissa McCarthy's hilarious. Again, I haven't seen her do stand-up, though. She's very funny in films. Nikki Glazer's good. Sarah Silverman. She kind of paved the way for a lot of, like... okay, you don't have a mic there, so you can't chime in your opinions from... My word, this feels like a Barstool Sport documentary where they just abuse the internet. But Sarah Silverman, yeah, she paved. I also feel like I think more men watch like sport, like more men watch stand-up than women. I don't know. That could be That could be a
I think it was on our third date. Sam made me sit down for an hour and watch Mark Normand. He wanted to see my reactions if I had a good taste in comedy.
If you find him funny. I think he is very funny.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
Trump, Boris, Zuma, all gone. Where are our political bad boys? What will we do without... Because the media cycles, it's very important to have these people. And they're all out of here.
Maybe Liz will surprise us.
You know what would be funny if Trump, Boris, and Zuma like all hosted a podcast together, just chopping it up.
Can you imagine that?
It would be pretty toxic.
Trump would dominate.
It would be funny. Yeah, it would. We also need to chat about culture because people are always like, "What should we do with our lives?" I don't know, but we can tell you what to kind of do on your weekend or what we think is hot at the moment. Okay. So there's obviously the Sevens in Cape Town. I think this is one of the greatest events that Africa offers. It's just first class in terms of organization. The quality of the actual sport, Sevens, is fun. It's exciting. Everyone gets stuck in. And the actual atmosphere and the party feel at Greenpoint, second to none. It's probably my favorite sporting event I've ever been to. And you know me, I love sport.
I've never been.
Are you? Oh, I've just got a ticket to Sat. Apparently, yeah. Sorry about that. Apparently, the tickets were very expensive.
Wait, what? You got a ticket?
Well, yeah, my dad.
Oh, lovely.
You gotta cash in that white privilege from time to time. But yeah, I think one of his friends couldn't go or something.
Oh, awesome.
But apparently they were very expensive, so people are unhappy about that. But I also understand it. We haven't had live events for so long. People trying to make money.
Oh, I mean, I do get that, but at the same time, I think I saw that one of the tickets to be at the very, very back of the stadium was like 700 Rand.
For the Sevens?
No, it was the finals.
Oh, for the URC. Oh, that's ridiculous. I thought maybe...
Like 700 Rand to actually, it'd be better off you watching at home. I mean, obviously the yes, but...
Let me see what it costs. Cape Town Sevens tickets.
It was the guy on TikTok saying that.
What are they selling them for? Let's see. They probably sold out. The party stand. That's what everyone wants to be. Please wait while we check availability. 108 tickets. Internee, you thinking of going? Okay. It's long suffering.
How much are they though?
It's one of these dumbass... I'm just trying to get 2 tickets to the party stand. This website is very horrible. Holy fuck.
How much? Can I guess?
Guess what a ticket to the Sevens costs. This is
a party stand or general?
This is in the party stand, lower tier.
Okay. 1-3.
Kind of. It's no, not kind of. I can't count. 2,875 Rand per ticket is the cheapest ticket that I can find here.
No ways.
That's fucking
Isn't that like, that's like the same price as Justin Bieber? Didn't they get kicked out of the Stormers Can't Perform?
Oh, but this is for 3 days in the party stand. That makes a bit more sense. So it's for 3 days.
But still, what is that divided by 3?
Oh, like 7. $1,000. Almost $1,000, yeah.
7 grand.
That's heinous. 900 Rand a ticket a day. Okay, we change our recommendation. Maybe don't do that. Maybe just watch on television.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to the Sevens. My bank account says no.
Okay, so maybe we talk to you about series because now you're at home. You're lonely. All your friends are at the Sevens.
BeReal at the Sevens.
House of the Dragon. I'll be honest with you. I was half watching it. I was on my phone. I was falling asleep. And I was like 10 minutes in and I was like, this is just a fucking copy of Game of Thrones. And I was about to click off it. And then I saw the Iron Throne. I was like, oh no, this is Game of Thrones.
Is it? It's a spin-off?
Yeah, I'm not exactly if it's a googly orthodox off-spin. Not sure what it is. But it's in the Game of Thrones universe.
Okay.
So it's very interesting. I've watched it. Less gratuitous sex.
Okay.
Incest is all the way down, but there's also like some sort of underage child trying to get a 12-year-old to be the queen, and this king's like 60. I was literally, everyone was like, this character from Game of Thrones is great. I mean, from House of the Dragon's great because he's black and representation's so cool, but then he's like also trying to push his 12-year-old daughter to become the queen. I was like, how are you guys going to politicize this? No, it's like very progressive. So, but it's It's a cool show. I love those sort of things. I know people sometimes aren't here for them. I like just getting off to a different world.
I never got into Game of Thrones. Like I just couldn't. It's
fair enough.
Maybe it's too high grade for me. Maybe
I don't think it's pretty easily understood.
I just don't really like that sort of like, it's not like mythical, but the like sort of like fantasy. I'm just not into it. Like Vikings as well.
Vikings wasn't mythical. Ragnar Lothbrok is a real guy. Dragons aren't real.
No, but it's like that like olden day war and no.
Oh well, but the real winner of the war, the Premier League war, because of Fantasy Premier League, I now watch every game, was Manchester United.
Man U.
Yep, they have finally turned things around. They beat Arsenal 3-1. And the real winner is South African, Benny McCarthy. Because according to an article in South Africa, Rich and Famous, which sounds reputable, Benny McCarthy's new salary is £40,000 a week, which translates to just under R1 million, 802,000 Rand a week for coaching Manchester United. And he's not even like the head coach. He coaches attacking play, that sort of stuff.
Good for him. Wow.
It translates to about 3.2 million Rand a month. And this is 5 times what he earned in Journey stint at Amazulu. So,
which is still a lot of money.
It's a ton of money, and that's him as a head coach.
Wow.
So how crazy is that? Good for him.
That's wild.
I mean, he must be living large in Manchester.
That's really, really awesome.
What do you guess that Cristiano Ronaldo earns a week at Manchester United?
That's tough. Okay, so Benny earns like
40,000 a week. What does Ronaldo earn?
I don't know, like £1 million.
Chloe, that is just nuts.
I'm really not good at guessing.
No, I mean, it's half of that. He earns £480,000 a week, which is just...
I just wanted to shoot for the stars.
You did.
What does Man United winning mean for your Premier League team? I mean, your fantasy football team.
Virtually nothing. I've got no players because they sucked so much at the start of the season. So I'm happy for Benny McCarthy, and that's about it.
Okay.
It is, of course, time for overrated, underrated. And I am going to, this week, be asking Chloe. She hasn't seen them, which is a change. She usually preps when she asks me them. So I'm interested to see what we get. All right, Chloe. Are Arsenal overrated or underrated?
Probably overrated. Yeah.
Fair anaugh.
I'm just going to be honest. Also, don't really know who they are. No, I'm joking. I actually do.
KSI, Logan Paul, Drink Prime, also a football club. Are female comedians overrated or underrated?
Definitely underrated.
Who's your favorite?
Chelsea Peretti. I keep saying Petretti.
It really be your own. That don't look after you.
But they definitely are underrated. I do think that.
Underrated and unknown when it comes to overrated, underrated.
It's true.
Is Australia overrated or underrated?
I think perfectly rated. Seems like a nice
sandwich.
Nice
Agreed.
Country, yeah. With dangerous animals.
No, I don't.
And even more dangerous rugby players.
I don't like it whatsoever. Are air fryers overrated or underrated?
I don't know. I think that they are underrated. I think that it's something that everyone should probably have in their kitchen, in their possession.
Yet another contentious hot take from Chloë Melville.
You can have chips ready in 15 minutes. Hello.
Last one. Is Nick Kyrgios overrated or underrated?
I'm going to be honest. I have no idea who that is. Soccer player.
Close. Tennis player. But
I know who he is now.
Yes.
Got it. Underrated.
Smash or pass?
Smash.
Whoa. It's the bad boys always catching my eye. Do it. Well, that's fantastic. Well, we did the usual chaotic sprint. Thank you so much for joining us. We're now going to have our first team meeting of the year at KETS with our new intern. And she's less an intern, more just a boss babe. Is that the terminology?
I don't want my boss boys.
Okay, no. It obviously isn't. But thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure, as per usual, to have you. Pleasure to being had. Chloë Melville, any parting shots?
Do all the YouTube-y things, like, comment, subscribe. Please rate us on Apple Podcasts. We love reading your reviews.
Oh, at the very least, swipe right on Tinder. Trying to get them likes up. Bye.
Bye.